What's going on, everybody? About my rattlesnake. I'm just gonna wait for people to hop on, and then I thought we could talk about our first experiences with spirits, demons, angels, whatever paranormal, supernatural things that happen to us, to you, to me. Yeah. So I'm wearing my new armor, my new necklace. I put all of my miscellaneous little pieces that I had onto Pazuzu. I have these two trees here. Shit. Ugh. Something's sticking in my neck. Hold on. I put lapis lazuli neck earrings on here too. But anyways, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about our experiences, our first experiences with demons, and why. Hello. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. Hopefully I can get more people to jump on. Who just joined here? Mad Magician. Hello, Mad Magician. How are you doing tonight? If you would like to share, please share your experiences, your first experiences with spirits. A lot of us who are on this path of spirituality, left-hand path, just we usually have experiences that others in our family did not have, and kind of led us down that rabbit hole of seeking. You know, we want to seek to find what we saw, what we experienced when we were kids, because it's almost like we knew it wasn't our imagination. You know, something happened, something was around me all the time. So I thought it would be a good live to see what my viewers' experiences, first experiences were, and how they've changed over the years. As you guys know, the more you develop spiritually, the more that these ancient beings interact with us differently. Not as aggressively, I feel. It's almost like once you okay, so let's just we'll start with me. Okay, let's start with me. When I was young, when I was a child, I was very different, just like a lot of us are. We don't quite fit in, you know, but there was something special and unique about me. I know that. Even the adults would tell my parents there's something different about your daughter. Even the pastors in the church would say that there's something gifted around me. But I freaking couldn't stand being in church. They didn't know that I was actually just a little demon. I didn't belong in that church. So, okay. Lilith and serpents, that was your first experience, the unknown. Tell me your first experiences when you were kids. I want to know. So let's go and talk about mine. So I always saw things at nighttime after I prayed to Jesus was the worst, because my parents were Pentecostal Christians and they always made me pray to Jesus, and I fucking hated it, because every time I prayed and they left the room and closed that room, oh boy, Jesus was not there. It actually opened up portals. It opened up more. I was so I hated praying. I hated it. Yeah, I know you're Lewis. I didn't know if you wanted me to say your name. Anyway, so I would hear things in my closet. I used to see my mother's spirit leave her body. Like, it was weird. Me and my sister shared a room for a while. She saw things. She actually died in her crib next to me, and she had SIDS, but something brought her back to life. But that house itself was very active. It was active. But I used to see my mom's astrally projecting. After she fell asleep, she would come out of her body and like walk around the room and watch us, and I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing, Mom?" We'll go to bed. I knew it wasn't her physically. I knew it was her astrally coming to me. So, you know, I always was a very rebellious child, and when it came to praying and doing anything related to church and Jesus, something internally would make me sick. Like, it made me sick. I hated it. It made me uncomfortable. It just didn't fucking agree to it. So when I would pray at nighttime, I would be tormented by spirits. Now, were they the demonic divine? Sorry, someone just messed with me. Or were they angels disguised as scary things to keep me on the path of Christianity? You know, they terrified me, but it wasn't. As I grew up, I would battle them. You know, I would battle them in my dreams, in my astral realms, because I would wake up in I can never say this word properly. Paralysis. Why are people messaging me right now? Okay, I would wake up, you know, when you can't move a lot of times, and then I learned how to protect my self from other entities coming in and taking over me. So that I learned very, very quickly. Now, the first real oh man, I'm feeling so much energy coming out of my hands right now. They really won't. Who's on here? Sleep paralysis. Thank you. I am a little dyslexic and the words don't come out properly. Okay, so my hands are throbbing. And this is one of the skills that, one of the spiritual gifts that I was able to have, is to feel energy, like crazy energy, when there is a specific person around me that needs a message. So I don't know who's watching right now, but don't know what's going on because I'm not activating it yet. But I'm just saying there is somebody who's watching right now that's making my hands throb. But I'm gonna see what comes through. I'm gonna put my hands like this and see what comes through. But I'm also going to continue what I'm talking about. So my first real apparition or divine encounter was when I was 7. I was driving with my father, and I was looking out the window, and I started to see this image come through the clouds, I just started to see this. I was looking at the clouds, and the clouds started to move away, and this face came through with these glowing friggin' eyes and this blue curly hair and a blue tone, and he looked down at me with a stern face. I was like so shocked and so excited that like I screamed as my dad was driving. My dad, there's a face in the sky. What is that? He's like, what, where, what? I almost crashed. um, that was Lucifer in his angelic forms. Okay, that was the first time I saw Lucifer, and that's what set me down this path, is because I had to seek out what this was. I knew it was not Jesus, the Christian Jesus, anyways, the Jesus from Nazareth. It didn't feel like it. It felt like something. It felt like this entity was looking at me like, I'm watching you. I'm seeing you. You know, don't fuck up this life, girl. Get your shit together. But anyways, so that was my real first encounter. I also had a lot of alien um, alien equipment, alien equipment that would come down into my room and scan me and shit. Like, that shit is real. Like, there are aliens out there, guys. You know, and most of us are abducted. We just don't remember. And the ones that do remember, it's kind of either traumatic or you can work with them. But anyways, so I started to dig deeper. I started to get more spiritual gifts, and I started to disassociate myself with humanity, and a lot of harmful things started to happen to me. I wasn't on my path, and I started to just go the other way. Hold on, let me read some comments. Hmm. Okay. So, see, I was talking about that there is somebody that's going to join my live, and my hand started to throb. And this, and it might be for you, Scar Lewis 4000, because usually it doesn't happen unless there's somebody that comes in my path that I have to relay a message to. And it's funny that you're talking about what happened to you. Basically, Scar Lewis 4000 said a couple of days ago I had sleep par. I can't pronounce this word. I don't know why. Ooh, where'd the comments go? Shit. Paralysis. There it is. Paralysis. And something was pulling on my leg. For sure it was a demon, but why is this happening to me when I am now on the dark side, sadly? Okay. It's not that why is this happening to me. It's because if you are opening yourself now up to things, they're going to make contact with you. To have see, there's a lot of things that we don't know, but let me see what I can get. I feel like I'm in the mood to channel. Hold on. I'm gonna see. Who did you work with that night? Who did you work with that night? What spirit were you communicating with? Um, Thank you. I want to know. I'd like to know, Scar Lewis, what spirit you have been invoking, working with, so maybe I can help you Um, so you have to remember there are different entities. Not everything is a demon, and not everything is a ancient god or a demonic king. Usually things that are attacking you, that are scaring you, is because they are feeding off of your fear. Now, it could be not just a spirit, it could also be a very skilled magician who's a vampire who has actually been able to train its shadow self to go and feed and put fear in another living being. Yes, the living humans can do that. You can do that. There are ones out there that can do that. So it's you have to be skilled enough to know. Now, like I said, Scar Lewis, if you can tell me who you were working with the last couple weeks, maybe I could help you figure out what's going on with you. Scar Lewis, does this thing have red eyes? And did its hand feel cold, hot, cold or hot? Lilith, Lilith. Okay, so when you're working with Lilith, you're also inviting her other spirits, her other demons that are called the Lilalu or Lilitu, or the Lilin spirits, and they can be very rambunctious, succubi, but or incubi. Um, Now, you've never had any of these experiences before, like your house isn't active. This is something new that's happened to you. Like all of a sudden now you're getting I'm sorry, I'm trying to I want my comments to stay on, but it's not doing it. Hi, Stephen. So the Clipoth, I did not go through every sphere at every Clipa in the Clipoth, um, but I'll tell you something. You will. It is a initiatory system, and things will change around you, inside you. If there are things that you need to change within yourself, that will be brought up, especially working with Lilith. She will bring up things around you. She will bring up a lot of your friends who aren't your friends, and you will be confronted with things around you that aren't. All the lies will be exposed. Basically, you'll be tested. All of these systems. Listen, the Clipoth, the Necronomicon that I'm working, every system that you work is to purify and to help your mind and your soul to achieve a certain level of evolution in a way where you're gonna I don't want to say your ego dying, but you will be stripped from the things that you're attached with, and be faced with the person that that let's say you're a person. mm, let's say you're a person that doesn't really know themselves, and you're afraid of money. Well, why are you afraid of money? Why are you afraid of being rich? Why are you afraid of all that? Because most likely, you're going to be a fucking dickhead when you have money, and you're going to be that piece of shit person. So you're afraid to ever achieve that. So working these systems can help you see that and change that, if that's what you want, if that's what you prefer, if that's what you desire. Always have a goal. Don't just do all of this stuff without having a goal in mundane realms and in the spiritual realm. What do you want? What do you want out of this life? You know what I mean? So when you're working the clip path, you're going to be introduced to the ruling spirits of those spheres, and they will start to interact with you through your dreams, through your mundane world, and you're going to be facing parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed. So yeah, just and some people, I mean, I just didn't complete it because hold on. I'm gonna try to read your comments and messages, guys. And okay, so for Hamilton, a high school late. Okay, in 1987, I channeled through my artwork a high school that would later become popularly known as the Seven Demonic Princes. And oh, that's really cool. Um, Scar Lewis, you said, as a child, I used to be tormented by demons right in my face, but really badly. I couldn't sleep. I had to scream. My parents, yeah, tormented, yeah. I'll tell you why. Lucifer really pushes me, yeah, better myself in all areas. Yep, he will do that. Halcyon. Okay, so to answer, okay, so let's deal with your issue, Scar Lewis. You're having poltergeist activity, or if this keeps happening, I really highly suggest that you call upon no, okay, you're gonna have to communicate with Lilith better. You're gonna have to communicate with Lilith better if you're working with Lilith and this is starting to happen, and it's one of her, if it's one of her spirits, or if it's, I want you to set up your altar tonight and ask Lilith to ask her if this is one of her spirits that is coming to you, and what it wants from you, and if you can work with it and how to work with it. Try to ask for a sigil for that spirit that grabbed you. In your mind, you'll see it, draw it out, put it on a piece of paper, okay, and give that and work. Yeah, so Scar Lewis, that's what you got to do. You got to find the sigil for that entity that grabbed you last night, and you need to bring that to Lilith's attention and see what happens after that. Also, you can ask her to protect you from it, or you can ask you to help you work with it if it's one of her spirits. If it's not one of hers, ask her to give that to her as an offering. Say, listen, Queen Lilith, Mother, there is a spirit that is scaring me. If it's one of your spirits, please help me communicate with it better and teach me how to communicate with the spirit better. These are my boundaries. I don't like to be touched. I don't want to be touched. You know, be affirmative. If it is not one of your spirits, then you say, Lilith, I offer you that spirit that came to me last night as an offering, and tell Lilith to take it. So Jared Scott says, all this is new for me, but ever since I started working with Lilith, I'm much more aware of my actions. She has showed me nothing but love. I can't express the way I feel so much. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, she has many aspects. Her mother aspect is very motherly, but she also has other aspects where she's a warrior. She's a vampire, and she will kick you in your ass when you need to be kicked in the ass. Slim Lewis says, a lot of times when people have scary experiences with spirit, it is the demiurge god. Yep, absolutely. It's true. And that's what happened to me when I was young. It's like, I know now that the spirits that were tormenting me were not from the spirits and the pantheons that I work with. It was the Christian spirits that were still trying to keep me scared from the other side, so I would never come to this side and work on this side. It's like, be afraid of this side. They never... Yeah, so... I can call forth spirits through my black mirror now, and get really great apparitions, and they allow me to take pictures of them so I can show people. You know, they communicate with me through my astral realms and having outer body experiences. I have never been grabbed. I've only been scratched. I had some scratch manifestations once when I was working with the Legion, Lucifer's Legion, through the Primal Craft, which was actually a good thing because it's funny, some people would be scared of it, but I was like, yes, they're with me. They scratched me. But it wasn't like a continuingly thing that happened all the time. It was just their mark on me, on my body, and to let me know that they are with me in this physical realm, But for anybody that is suffering from poltergeist activity and stuff like that, I did make a video on my channel, but all you have to do is really offer them up as offerings to other gods. Like Pazuzu, you call Pazuzu, and you tell Pazuzu to take whatever is harming you as an offering. That's what you do. And a lot of times, the spirits already know that you're going to call the bigger guys in, and they hit the road. But a lot of times, too, these things that attack humans aren't goetic spirits, or they aren't them. They're egregores, or their energy buildup from anger and from the house. They're humans are very powerful. We create entities, people. Like, hello. So when you go into a house that has a lot of poltergeist activity and you never see any spirits, it's most likely because of the humans' anger that lived there before, and they built a residual effect in a realm that created a thought form that feeds off fear and that attacks you to feed off fear, you know. But the more you work with powerful demons, the more you work with the most powerful ones, Ahriman is great to work with. But you will get a lot of activity when you work with the jinn and the devas. Like, I had a lot of stuff happen to me, but I like that. I'm at the stage of my spirituality where I like to know that there's things around me, you know. Excuse me. But yeah, so when we're young, we there was something else I wanted to talk about. There was something else I was going to talk about. Yeah, see, yeah, when people use the word demons, it's there's like a stigma on that word. So, but there's so much worse entities out there than demons. There are things now that humans are so much more spiritual now that we've opened up so many portals. We're letting in different types of spirits that we haven't even seen. There's different new energies that are coming in from different realms, because there's so many people that are practicing magic, that are opening portals. There's scientists that are messing with stargates and all that kind of stuff. So there's actually things now that we haven't experienced that are coming in. You know, it's fucking crazy. There's some stuff on TikTok that I look at, and I'm looking at that video, and I'm like, that looks real. Like, I used, I don't even know if I want to go in the forest anymore, because there are so many sightings of like flesh creatures. These like these fucking things. I'm like, okay, it's one thing, spirits, I can deal with. But if you're dealing with a real live flesh thing, oh boy, you better be carrying something with you. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. And it's good also to make sure that you have your ancestors around you guys. Like, that's so important. A lot of us forget to communicate with our ancestors, but it's our ancestors that do a lot of protecting, because they want you to achieve a lot of things in this world, and they're on the other side. They're seeing what's coming in, what's coming out. It's really important that you pay respect and acknowledgement to your ancestors. You'll see them in your dreams. Sometimes you'll dream about like your family that's not this family. That's a past life family, you know. Um, that's your ancestors trying to communicate with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Slim Lewis. Yeah, we're just talking about our experiences with spirits and demons and um, the angelics. I have not worked with them. They have not approached me. The only ones is Michael. Michael is very closely related to Lucifer in the Empyrean realms. There's a very close connection between those two spirits. But it's through Lucifer that things will open up and he will guide you to what spirits to work with. I don't even really work with Lucifer that much anymore. He's kind of like in the background, just do your shit, do your thing. But I did work with Lucifer for the first time I started working with Lucifer. It was a good year, and he just wanted me to work with him alone. And when I was working with him, I was out in the forest. I set up an altar. Didn't really have much education. I just was doing everything from my higher self. And let me tell you, if you set up an altar in the forest and you start calling forth the spirit every day, consistently, what will happen is above the altar, energy will start to build. Like I almost got like I can't explain it. It kind of freaked me out, and I lost concentration, and it kind of went away. But there was this energy and static buildup. You know, it was like it was Lucifer coming through into this realm. So that working outside in the forest is so beneficial because you have all of the elementals, you have all of the energies that can bring forth an entity with your concentration. You're the operator. You can draw down that spirit through the power of your mind. Okay, people don't understand how powerful our minds are. We have the ability as human beings to call forth a spirit. Okay, with respect, people. Okay, don't do it disrespectfully. You're gonna get fucked right up. But if you understand this art and the sacredness of this art, and as witches and sorcerers, what we're doing and how we're doing it, and we do it with honor and respect for ourselves, the way we connect and conduct ourselves and call the spirits through us is the way they're going to connect and conduct themselves. If a spirit comes through that you don't feel, your instinct does not feel right, you tell it to leave. You have to be aligned with it, okay? Be aligned with it. If it's not aligned with you, go with your instincts. A lot of us, I still do it too sometimes. You push away your instinct, but that is the one thing that is your compass that tells you what is gonna go good and what isn't gonna go good. You know, yeah. I don't know where that just came from, but that's what happens. I'll tell you some tips. Yeah, oh, Raphael. I'm sorry. You know what, Slim? I did work with Raphael. Whew. Raphael is one powerful spirit, okay? He did heal me quickly. And it's funny because he came to me when I needed him. I needed healing, and I didn't expect Raphael to come through, and he came through and he healed me. So yes, my bad, Rafi. I'm sorry, Raphael. Okay, Scar Lewis. I'm gonna tell you guys something about these ends. Something I don't. So when you listen to those ends from like Saturnia or like Satan's Sons and stuff like that, for me, I didn't really like it. I'm gonna tell you why. It's good for people to in the beginning, so you can build that repetition of focus. You know, you're focusing your intentions there, repeating the name, the sigil in your mind. But then it started getting really boring for me. And the best way to invoke a spirit is through passion and through music. Like I'll put on a beat that has emotion, like emotion. Peter Grundy. There's also dark ritual music. If you go to YouTube and you type in dark ritual music, you listen to that dark ritual music, play it, and you do your own ends, and you start to feel that spirit. That is the best way you can connect with spirits. When you're just listening to something that says Ava, La Riche, Tassa, Vifa, Relic, Belial, Ava, you know, like, it's kind of like, it gets boring. I lose my attention. I'm just like, oh man, this shit's gonna put me to sleep. Like, I need something up. I need to feel. I need see with people who practice voodoo and voodoo, and you see them with the drums, and they're evoking the loa and getting possessed because they're putting their everything into it, and they're feeling it, and their everything is vibing. The music, the vibration, the frequency. Yeah. I'm gonna have a Whopper break right now. That's why I started making my music, because I didn't like the ends. I found them very boring. So I'm like, I need to do something. Show me what you want, Lilith. Show me what you want. So she would tell me, I like this beat. And then I'd start invoking Lilith. That night, she would come to me. Easy. My whole room, my whole atmosphere changed. So, ends are great, but be creative. And to really understand a spirit, you have to feel it. And to feel it, music is the one way that humans can connect, and the spirit can connect with us, and they can experience this realm. When you're vibing, they're vibing. My music's alright. It's alright. I've stopped it. I keep saying I'm gonna stop it, but I've stopped it because I just want to focus. Well, I've stopped it because I've used all the beats. I've used all the beats on my thing, so yeah. But that was, see, I'm one of these people that I just want to do everything. I want to try out music. I want to dance. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that. And yeah, it's to be yourself, fully to be yourself, and fully to express yourself, and to be passionate about it, and not care what anybody thinks. Sometimes it doesn't sound good, but I'm starting to learn how to listen and anyways, I've already talked about this so many times. Let's get back on talking about how does Lucifer appear for you guys the first time he's appeared for you? I'm curious. Anybody? Hello? Anybody there? Anybody there? I feel like something's coming through. Something's coming through me. Does someone have a red hat on? Is there any of my viewers that's wearing a red hat right now? A red hat. I have a message for that person. And I see this person writing a lot, trying to get gnosis. Yeah, this is because I said Lucifer. See, it's funny. There's someone either now or someone who's gonna watch my video in the future is wearing a red hat and is trying really hard to get gnosis. Trying hard is getting gnosis, and confused about where it's coming from, and that is from Lucifer. Yeah. And this person is always like in a rush. You're in a rush all the time. I don't know why that happened. Yeah. Um, but they will speak to you. Eventually, you'll hear them in this realm, coming from your closet. But anyways, okay. It's been 45 minutes. I'm not gonna make my live any longer. I just want to jump on here and talk about that. So thank you guys for oh my god. Thank you for interacting with me. Yes. They're all aliens. All these gods are aliens. They're life forms that most likely can't communicate with us in the physical realm, so they communicate with us in the spiritual realm and come to us as gods. I'm sure they all once had human bodies or alien bodies, or they are aliens. But I understand what you're saying as the alien. You had the great. Okay, you forgot to tell me. Scar Lewis, go ahead. I'm waiting for Scar Lewis to tell me something, and then I'm gonna jump off. So if there is a person that I described, message me on here, and then I will do. We'll talk more. But yeah, Lucifer comes as an alien to many people because truly, I think the more that I learn about Lucifer, the more I realize things I'm not sure if I want to say. Yeah. No, tell me. Forget it. Forget it. What colors represent Lucifer? Blue. But it depends on what archetype you're drawing down. There's so many aspects of Lucifer. It's so crazy. Just it's so subjective too. Everybody's experience is going to be different until you do initiative work, until you go into certain realms, until you build up your astral body, and then they can show themselves in their truest form, in their like real form. But you have to be prepared for it, you know. But the way that they ease you in is kind of like conditioning you to get to trust them, and then when you build their trust and you can handle their true form and they know you're ready for it, that's when you'll see them. And a lot of times it ain't pretty, but it's beautiful. Oh, making weird noises. Yeah. I wonder if you were abducted by aliens. See, and that's the other thing. Sometimes when you have an abduction, it could feel like it's a spiritual thing, but really it's because you're being abducted. Hello, Scarlet. It could feel like you're. I hear really weird voices too. Sometimes it's very echoey, or sometimes it's like very like a language I haven't heard, but I really pay close attention and I try to remember it. I think I'm gonna remember it, but I'm in states of between consciousness and I don't. But I get really, really excited when another entity is communicating with me on their frequency, which it sounds bizarre. Sometimes it sounds like it's so far away and very echoey. Sometimes I hear growling, and you're like, what the fuck? So yeah, but you can train yourself to hear that. Hello, Miss Scarlett Bales is in the house. I have had so many different experiences. Yeah, it's crazy. I was talking about kind of like our first experiences, Scarlett, like when we were like kids, you know? Like when you're kids. Um, and especially if you're raised as a Christian, how scared you were because you're conditioned to believe that they're so evil and they're gonna hurt you, and the fear itself is so scary. But yeah, I I actually had a lot of yeah. They are scary. Anything that you don't understand is scary, or if it touches you or hurts you, you know. um, but a lot of my viewers here were talking about Roman Catholic. My family's moved. I was raised Roman Catholic in my family and mother's side. You know, Scarlett, you should come. You should do a video with me. You guys want Scarlett Bales to do a video with me? She's an amazing, powerful sorceress, and her husband too, both. But Scarlett's really cool. I would love to have you on my. Yeah, I would love to have you on my channel, and we could talk about like the craziest experiences we've had with spirits and stuff like that. I think that would be really fun. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call you, and whenever you're free, I know you're really busy with your schooling and stuff like that, but whenever you have time, like let's do a video. Yeah. Um, I would love to pick your brain too. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm gonna go now. It's been almost an hour. Thank you, everybody who joined in and participated. I'll come back next week and do another live, but hopefully I can get Scarlett on with me. And yeah, okay.